Hey Aries, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your love reading for whenever you are led to these messages. We're going to do two spreads. One is going to be for the super single Aries collective out there. You're not dating, you're not entertaining anybody, you don't have anybody on your mind. And the second spread is going to be for everybody else. For those who are dating, for those who are out there, for those who are thinking about a specific person. So my single Aries collective, let's jump in. And we're going to start by pulling a couple of oracle cards to see what the overall energy is that's surrounding you for this reading. What's going on with my super single Aries? And the card that we have out for you is Yang, masculine energy. Let's pull another and to see what's going on. And we have No with an exclamation mark. So the energy that's surrounding this reading for you, singles, it doesn't feel like a very heavy energy, but something is not quite right. Something is not working out right now. It almost feels as though there is a different path that you should be on when it comes to your romantic life, and it has something to do with a masculine energy. Now, whether that's you sort of embracing your own, if that's sort of you accepting that energy from another person, it feels like there's something here that needs to be adjusted, that there's a better path forward for you when it comes to relationships. So let's get into some tarot and see what's happening, because that's actually pretty intriguing. So let's start first with your energy, Aries. For my super single Aries, where are they right now in their relationship journey, in their path to a relationship? And what we have for you is the Seven of Swords in reverse. So Seven of Swords upright is somebody who is sneaky. They're dishonest. They're not genuine. They're a bit of a liar, a thief. Like they're just not a good person. And it feels like with this in reverse, Aries, you may be trying to recover from an experience that was just not what you thought it would be. That it just wasn't what you were sort of hoping for. It feels like there's a bit of exhaustion, a bit of distrust that you have now. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And so ordinarily the Queen of Swords is somebody who's incredibly assertive, who they're incredibly blunt. And this feels like it's the opposite. That you are sort of not using your voice. I just heard roll over. So this might be a situation where you gave a little bit too much of yourself, that you didn't sort of enforce the boundaries that you should have with whomever this was in the past. And it's left you a little bit shell-shocked. Like, I think that the effort that you put into coalescing to others didn't serve you well. And so now it feels like you're trying to get out of the energy of being betrayed, being lied to, sort of being dealt, I just heard a raw deal. So let's take a peek at the challenges that you're experiencing right now. What challenges are you facing in your relationship path? We have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think that up until this point, Aries, that the biggest challenge was not having any good offers coming your way. And that's something I think that you're still experiencing. There's this sense that you haven't found anyone worthy of accepting their offer, nor have you found anyone worthy of you giving something in return to them. It feels as though you are in a place where, because you're recovering, that you're just not particularly interested in giving anything to anyone right now. And so that might have your romantic life a little bit stagnant. So let's take a peek at what needs acceptance, what needs love within you. So we have the Knight of Cups. And so I feel like with this card, Spirit is saying that the biggest thing that you're going to have to accept, if in fact you want a relationship, is that you're going to have to be willing to give and also accept love in return. Like, it may feel a little bit foreign right now because you might be a little bit raw, but if in fact you want to have this relationship with whomever, if you want to be open to it, you're going to have to be a little bit more willing than you are right now. Taking a peek at what needs to be released, we have the Tower. So this was something, I think, for you Aries singles, that was a little bit shocking. I don't think that whatever happened in the past was something that you necessarily planned for. It may not be something that you saw coming. It could have caught you very much off guard, and it feels as though you still maybe internalize that energy, right? That even if you were to think about moving forward and trying to date, there's always going to be this sense of the other shoe dropping, or when is this person going to let me down? And so that fear of change, that fear of this moment, is going to have to somehow be put to rest, because it feels like it's going to continue getting in the way of you being able to explore relationships with anybody else. So let's take a peek and see what approach you should have. What's Aries' best approach? We have the Empress. So this is a super interesting card, right? This is the advice from Spirit. The Empress is someone who sort of stands in their full power. They are very sure of themselves. They are on very solid ground, right? Very, very stable energy. But at the same time, the Empress is a nurturer. She's all about growing, expanding, bringing new life, bringing new opportunities, birthing something new. So Aries, I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to embrace all of this, where you may have previously embraced sort of your ultra feminine energy, where you were just the consummate nurturer, that you always, always, always did everything for the other person. Spirit is saying, you know, now may be a good time to not necessarily back up off of that type of feminine giving energy, but embrace a little bit of masculine energy here. At least enough that you set those boundaries, that you set those very strong boundaries and conditions under which you will give someone else your time and your energy. They're saying to step into this Empress power. That is an amazing blend of strength and femininity and nurturing. It's the best of all worlds. But more than anything, it will keep you balanced. It will keep you grounded. And it'll allow you to sort of see things for what they are in your relationships going forward. So let's take a peek at your outcome. What's on the horizon for my Aries collective? Well, looky there. We have the Four of Wands. That's commitment, that's stability, that's family structure, that's foundation. So Aries, I think that your next go round, you're going to go into it a lot wiser, a lot stronger, still being open, but being much, much smarter about who you give your time to, who you give your energy to. And that's going to work wonders because it's bringing in this 11, this happiness, this fulfillment, this relationship. So let's pull one last oracle card. And okay, or two. Two is good for my single Aries collective. And what we have for you is expression. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. And we also have tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. So Aries, this is you, right? Spirit saying that it's okay to get to know folks. It's okay to put yourself out there. Just make sure that you don't settle for what it is that you don't want, that you're not looking for. And with the tolerance card, I think that there's a recognition that just because you and somebody else aren't on the same page, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person. They're just maybe a bad person for you, right? So I think that in recognizing that, you're able to say, well, you know what? Okay, we're looking for two different things. It's fine. Please go on about your business, and not really taking it personally, just taking it from a place of accepting that you all are not in the same book, right? You're not looking for the same things. But I think that holding on to this sort of new energy, releasing what's happened before in the past and opening yourself up to love within the boundaries that make you feel comfortable, is going to bring in a nice, very nice relationship for you, Aries. But again, only if you want it. So that's it for my singles. Let's get into everybody else in the Aries collective. All right, my not quite single Aries, let's jump into your reading and start by pulling some oracle cards to see what the overall energy is around this reading. And what we have for you is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And let's pull another oracle card. And what we have is let go. So what this feels like, not quite single Aries, with the honeymoon and the let go card, is that there is a sense of you exhaling. I just got the vision of somebody like sort of taking a deep breath and just like sort of letting it all out. So there might be a situation where you're a little bit stressed right now. It almost feels as though this reading is for the Aries collective that are fairly new, fairly fresh in relationships. And so things are going pretty well right now, but there seems to be this little bit of underlying stress that's like, okay, I can't entirely relax even though things are going good. It feels like there's some tension where you just can't fully sort of ease into this. There's some stress, there's some worry that this might be too good to be true, and it seems to be preventing someone from enjoying this moment. So Aries, maybe that's you. If there's a cross watcher out there, maybe it's you feeling this way, but there's some tension here. There's some stress. There's somebody who can't quite relax themselves. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages we can pull for you. So let's start off with where the relationship is. What's happening in Aries' relationship right now? What's the energy surrounding that? And what we have is the Nine of Cups, and we also have the Page of Wands. So there's an attraction here in this relationship. There seems to be some level of satisfaction that you or your person are experiencing. We have this person that's content. We have this Page of Wands, that there's a little spark going. So all things considered, the energy around you guys, it feels pretty darn nice. So let's take a peek at what energy you're bringing to the relationship, Aries. We have the Two of Wands. This is somebody who is a little bit indecisive. They're kind of weighing their options. They're thinking about what all of this is. This seems to be a very, very sort of analytical type of energy where this person, you, Aries, is just sort of looking and waiting and looking and waiting. And it's kind of like, what exactly are you waiting for? What exactly are you watching for? Like you're sitting here with, you know, this wand that's firmly planted, that's super grounded. You can see the roots going in. And this person, you're holding the world in their hands, but they still got this wand like, I can cut and run anytime. So it's kind of like there's this energy of what is it exactly that you're waiting on, Aries? Now let's take a peek at your person. What's your person doing? They have the Six of Pentacles. So they're bringing to the table an energy of giving and a desire to have that equal give and take. They want that balance. They want that back and forth. It feels as though they have a lot that they want to share with you, but they want to make sure that sharing is balanced, that you're as equally willing to share with them. But they want things to be reciprocal. That's the energy that they're bringing to the table. Now, looking at the potential for this relationship, we have the Moon. Let's clarify that a little bit. The Moon is the card of the unknown, uncertainty, some doubt. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And let's see if we can. All right, well, we got two more. So we have the World and we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's interesting, Aries. There's a lot of conflicting messages that are coming out right now. It feels as though there's going to be a little part of you that is still very much doubtful. Like that you're ultimately going to want some level of reassurance that, you know, that what you're waiting for, I think subconsciously, is not going to happen. It feels like there are some things that are that you just need to sort of dig in and I think ask yourself, why is it that I feel the way I do? Is it past history? Is it something that this person did? But it sort of feels like you're very reluctant to fully engage in this. What I do see happening after a little bit of hesitation, it almost feels as though you're going to let your guard down a little bit and you're going to see where this can go. But it feels as though this is going to take a while for you to get comfortable, for you to be trusting enough, I guess, to sort of settle in. But I do think that eventually this person is going to show you enough that you're going to want to take a chance, because this energy seems so level and so just even keeled. So while you're indecisive, they're like, no, I'm ready to you know, have that balance. I'm ready to have that equal give and take. So it looks like this person's coming from a genuine space. I almost feel like they're going to wear you down a little bit, and not in a bad way, but with their consistency, I think they're going to show you that it's okay to see where this goes, where you feel better about just enjoying what you all have right now. So what is it that you're learning through this process? We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I feel like the one thing that you might be learning from this is to not run away from a good thing. Sort of not creating that narrative in your head that something's going to happen. If something's going to happen, it will. But you're not going to be able to prevent that from happening if you're just constantly thinking about it, if you're constantly watching for it. What will happen, though, is that you'll forget to live in the present, that you'll forget to enjoy what you have in front of you right now. So it feels as though Spirit is saying, look, don't be so quick to walk away from something, especially if you don't really have a reason to do so right now. Think twice before you sort of walk away from this person or this opportunity. Any last little bits that you don't know? Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles and we also have the Page of Cups. Aries, this person, I think what you don't realize is that they, you know, even though there may not have been like some sort of big grand gesture right now, that this person is willing to put the work in. a little bit over time and build up. And I think that you will also. I think that you will start giving a little bit more of yourself, but understand that this person is more than willing to put in the effort to see where this goes with you. So hopefully you get to that point soon. Oh, and I just see the bottom of the deck. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So upright, the Nine of Pentacles is usually someone who is super self-sufficient, very independent, very abundant in and of themselves. When I see it in reverse, I typically think that this person is just no longer going to be single and abundant by themselves, that they're entering a place where they are abundant with someone else. So something to think about. But let's pull one last oracle card and see what final message Spirit has. Okay, well, we got two. These cards are a little bit hard to shuffle, but we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And we also have freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So Aries, we just had this talk, right? That this person is balanced. They want balance. They're looking for that equal give and take, that reciprocity within the relationship. And there's also a card here for freedom, right? Being open, releasing, letting go. And we saw that in the overall energy. So the ability for you to enjoy getting to know this person, to enjoy having them show you who they are and being able to reveal yourself, it's going to be freeing. You can do that, but you have to make the choice to move forward. You have to make this choice to do this sort of internal change where you may be holding back because you're waiting for something bad to happen instead of enjoying the process. So, take that step. It seems like a good one. This seems like a good person. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Aries. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.